All right, so over the last 24 hours, the whole MILA quest stuff has gotten a little bit crazy. Now, there has been quite a bit of development, which I'm going to talk to you guys in today's video, as well as show you a couple of things and debunk a couple of other things. Now, for starters, let's make our way over to the first C because there's a couple of things I need to show you over there. Now, if you guys remember in my video yesterday, I briefly talked about a specific team that I had previously heard about called like Red Letters or Red Numbers, something like that. Turns out that their name is Red Order. Shortly after making that video live, I did get reached out by one of them. They invited me into their server, and all of last night we pretty much spent going back and forth, them sharing specific things that were being sent to them by specific people over in the Discord server of FISCH, and me just sort of debunking a lot of them because they just really didn't make sense, and because I personally know firsthand where some of this information is coming from. Now keep in mind, Red Order, which is the team that has been focusing on the MILA quest, is the same exact team that first discovered the entire brick rod hunt. So it's not like these guys are not credible. They definitely know exactly what they're doing. Now, if we come over here to the front page of FISCH where it shows all of the badges, if you guys remember, yesterday I showed you that 2 people had already previously discovered the badge, but there was a third person that discovered it yesterday, which meant that it was completed because I did get confirmation that no staff member had successfully done this. At least not since the first 2. Shortly after that video went live, a 4th person popped up on the list. So if you notice, now it says 1 ever 4 and 1 yesterday 1. Now, to give you guys a little bit more context on exactly what I'm going to be showing you in just a second that was shared with Red Order, I need to specifically show you guys sort of like a full key of this alphabet. And the reason for this is because around the entire game, you guys have probably noticed these glyphs. Like for example, the one that's right outside the bunker, that when you try to go ahead and read it, it says that the glyph is not legible. Now, a couple of months back, there was actually an entire key that was posted, I believe by one of the staff members, but obviously at the time, I didn't really care for it. There was no sort of like MILA quest or anything like that. So I never actually saved it and I didn't have it in my hand. But luckily, one of you guys went ahead and reached out to me. So huge shout out to this guy right here, Astro Gunter. He actually sent me the entire key. Absolute legend. And if I sort of scroll through this, this is basically what it looks like right here. It has the entire alphabet all the way from A down to Z. Now, shortly after this was sent to me, I did end up finding out that you could pretty much just search glyphs inside of the FISH Wiki, and there's a full breakdown of every single glyph as well as the key right here. For example, the actual glyph pattern that is on the door in the bunker, it says, "We seek fish of life." Another one, for example, is inside of the actual temple where you get yourself the trident down in Desolate Deep. This one says, "Kai Sinat Skibbity Toilet." It's been there for a really long time. Kind of cringe, but it is what it is. So at this point, I was like, man, if they're talking about glyphs inside of the wiki, by any chance, is there a topic on basically the MILA quest? And sure enough, when you search MILA here, it says MILA is the item central to progression within the MILA quest in FISH. It is required to obtain the MILA rod and various other MILA themed content. Then underneath it says MILA quest. The MILA quest can be completed via the following steps listed below. Now at this point, myself and a lot of people that sent me this link were like, dude, this is exciting. We literally have the answers right here from FISH staff. But of course, as soon as you hit expand, this is all you get. You get MILA sitting on top of a toilet. So yes, unfortunately, this page is just here to pretty much lead you guys on. With the quest being completely hidden for the last 2 months, I very much highly doubt that they would ever allow any of the wiki staff to pretty much expose the entire quest on just a random page that you would just search up, nor would they allow any of the wiki staff to even leak out any information. Keep that in mind because it's important with the next thing that I'm going to show you guys. As I was mentioning before, Red Order was trying to get as much information as they could, while simultaneously I was also talking to them, sharing a bunch of information that I had pretty much been getting from Kiwi behind the scenes and that I basically had been holding on to for quite some time. I literally had never included it in any video, and I did decide to share it with them because they seem to be like the most dedicated team right now. Now, at this point is where things started to get really, really messy. Remember when I told you guys that I find it very unlikely that any of the wiki staff would be providing any information regarding the actual MILA quest, considering it's been going on now for literally 2 months. This image right here was sent by another evil staff member, and I say evil because I called Kiwi evil yesterday, but Buildaroo, which is one of the wiki administrators, sent this to one of the Red Order people. I'm going to be honest, I'm not going to decode this entire thing because I know that it is literally all capped. To sum it up, it basically sends them over to Northern Expedition to search for notes in that location. Now, here's the unfortunate part. I personally don't believe that there is anything going on in Northern Expedition. And honestly, at this point, I feel like even the people over at Red Order feel that way because they've been searching all night long, even though, like I said last night, there wasn't going to be anything there. Now, with that being said, there still technically is one note in the game, but the biggest problem right now is that we don't exactly know what that means by a note in the game. I know that sort of sounds really confusing, but let's come over here to the leaks channel over in the FISCH Discord server. If you notice here, a little bit after I made my video live yesterday, Kiwi posted up another thing inside of here that basically says the first note towards the melody has been unlocked. Keep in mind, this was literally shortly after another person completed the badge. The issue that I myself, as well as Red Order, have right now is that we don't exactly know what they mean by a note. Are we looking for a random sign on a wall that has a music note? Are we looking for a physical note that we can pick up in our inventory? Are we looking for sounds? What exactly is the note? That is the issue that we are all facing. Now, the leading theory right now in my comment section has pretty much been to go ahead and sell the kitty fish to the merchant in Forsaken that's called MILA. The biggest problem with this is that you can't sell cross-sea stuff. For example, you cannot sell second sea fish in the first sea, and you can't sell first sea fish in the second sea. And the biggest issue with this is that the kitty fish is from the second sea, so you literally cannot sell it here. So yeah, the unfortunate reality is that some people are saying that they have gone ahead and found the first steps by more than likely showing some of these glyphs, as well as, claiming that progress is being made. But in reality, we're all sort of stuck in the same exact place right now. The hopes now is that one of these 4 people come forward and talk about where they found this note so that the rest of us can go ahead and complete the badge and either move on to the next step or grab ourselves the first reward. Either way, man, I think I'm going to make this a shorter one. I don't really know if this is going to end up being an 8-minute video or not, but regardless, if it is or if it isn't, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel. I'll keep you guys updated on anything else that pops up. As I said, huge shout out to Red Order, man. They've been pretty much keeping me in the loop on everything, as well as I've been also jumping in with them and giving my opinion on stuff from things that I've sort of heard around. Keep dropping your theories in the comment section. And like always, I will see you guys tomorrow for another daily fish video. Take care.